Iyorukita bu kedi director JDPC commission na das bu Father Matthew Ezea kona batany no gbaka biar gwanyi ya anyị ji biar na ya na ate anya na eka anyị beyond today. Father Matthew.
Dean Nsukka Deanery, ndị dean ndị ọzọ n'ebe a. Ndị board JDPC, Catholic Diocese of Nsukka, ndị fada, ndị na-arịọ anyị ka anyị tinye ihe, tụọ ihe vote, binye ihe ka, na ọkwa gọvanọ na ọkwa ndị Jeko Senate. Ndị nne, ndị nna, supporters, ụmụnne anyị ndị a, otito dịrịnụ Jesu. I have the pleasure to welcome you all to this mega town hall meeting, the grand finale of the series of town hall meetings in preparation for the very imminent 2023 general election. Apart from Ezea North and East Uzo local government areas, we have had the town hall meeting in all the LGAs in Nsukka. We provided this platform to enable the electorate to interface with those seeking their votes for State House of Assembly and Federal House of Representatives. The feedback we have got from these interactions, both from the electorate and particularly from the candidates, is all positive. And I have no doubts that this mega town hall meeting holding today on this hallowed soil of the dedicated Cathedral of St. Teresa's Nsukka will be positively memorable and fruitful. We are most grateful to God, from whom all authority, spiritual and temporal, derives, for the gift of life, for the gift of one another, and for the gift of our sons and daughters seeking to be elected. Today we are here to interact with governorship candidates in Enugu State and senatorial candidates in Enugu North Senatorial Zone. We are well aware that much depends on these for the development of our area, for the security of lives and property in our area, etc. That explains why our interaction with them has been designed to come last. In developed countries, this work JDPC Nsukka is taking upon herself is not carried out by the church, if at all such is done. Most of these countries do not need this type of town hall meeting to be able to know that good person or leader to vote for. But our country, Nigeria, has so much derailed from the path of good governance that institutions like the church have to come in to help the populace make informed decisions and mobilize the masses to hold those claiming to be working for them accountable for their stewardship. This work we have taken upon ourselves. This work we must continue to do, the frowning of some gullible politicians notwithstanding. My brothers and sisters, fellow voters, we need not be afraid. The election is here once again, but it will not be business as usual thanks to the Electoral Act of 2022. My fellow voters, I wish to remind or let you know that we have the right to recall an elected representative, and this is done through the power of our ballot. We should not think that we are powerless. No, we are the ones that make ourselves powerless. You may ask, but how? And I will answer, by selling our votes, that is our voice, by not asking those representing us to give account of their stewardship, and particularly through voter apathy. Since independence in 1960, Nigeria has had 3 truncated political adventures before the current dispensation in 1999. This 1999 dispensation has been characterized by many problems, among which is voter apathy. From records, in 1959, 9,043,000 registered, but only 7,189,797 voted. So about 79% of those who registered as voters. In 1979, 48,633,782 persons registered, and only 16,846,633 persons voted, just about 33%. In 1983, 65,304,818 persons registered, and only 25,430,096 persons voted. So 38%. In 2003, 60,823,022 persons registered, but 42,018,735 persons voted, 69%. In 2007, 61,567,036 persons registered, but only 35,397,051 persons voted, 57.5%. In 2011, 73,528,040 persons registered, but 39,469,484 persons voted, 53.68%. 0.68%. In 2015, 67,422,005 persons registered, but only 29 million out of these 67 million, 29,432,083 persons voted. That is 43%. Then in 2019, 82,344,107 registered, but only 25,614,109 voted, only 34%. From the awareness already created and the seriousness of this year's election, I hope strongly that we will record more turnout of voters than in 2015 and 2019 put together. But one cannot vote without PVC, and one still wonders why many PVCs are still lying in INEC office uncollected, even when the extension given by INEC ends tomorrow. Bishop Matthew Kuka, Hassan Kuka, calls PVC a secular baptism card. In other words, as Christians take their baptism cards very seriously, so should they take their PVC. However, the question is, do all Catholics above 18 years of age, for instance, have their PVCs? The same question applies to other Christians. To those of you seeking political offices, we don't want to give you a charter of demand. That is a list of priority projects. We will want to leave it to you to tell us what you would want to do when elected to represent us either as a governor or as a senator. And that is why we are here. It is said that if you do not have a destination, anywhere could be your destination. We shall know those of you who actually know our destination. In fact, this town hall meeting is a beginning of a long journey. We shall be engaging you further when elected. JDPC in Nsukka shall not rest until the church, at least in Nsukka, begins shaping significantly the political landscape of those parts of the world. Let me remind you who are seeking our votes and support that election is all about competition. Competition in any form elicits a certain logic. Even among blood brothers, there used to be competition. And sometimes competition could be bloody. Every competition induces in human beings the urge to break the rules. But I tell you, do not break the rules. Unfortunately, it is easy in our climb for politicians to use thugs, intimidation, vote buying, and all sorts of maneuvers to thwart election results. How I wish the politicians know the implication of sharing money to induce a voter to vote for him. If one is sharing money to be elected, it is an indication that the person has nothing to offer. If the person is seeking re-election, it all means his works are not speaking for him. But the sin of the voter who sells his vote is even more, for he is his own enemy of progress. In fact, in the prayer for free and fair elections in Nigeria, composed by the Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria, we have been praying against vote buying and selling. Are you sure you are not among those that made the writers of that prayer to include the point against vote buying and selling? If you are, you can still change. And that is now. Again, in that prayer, we ask for a new dawn in governance. The prayer is carefully worded, and it all indicates that the present administration has failed us, and that explains why the prayer talks of a new dawn. It will be self-inflicted curse if we vote into power any person that will not cooperate with the Holy Spirit in the realization of that new dawn in governance. In conclusion, it does not matter whether a cat is black or white, but that the cat be able to catch a mouse. This is no time for party loyalty. You have to look at the candidates and not necessarily his or her party. If politics of voting or voting in an election is all about party loyalty, then it is needless bringing you here to listen also to people who are contesting in other parties, not your own. I wish us a brotherly and smooth interface. You are welcome once more to this very important function in the electoral process. Alwan, Dejen.
Otito di ne Jesu Kristi. Aine kene Father Matthew.